That sort of thing just doesn't happen. But I know exactly the person who possesses such evidence. Once I request that evidence, the entire mystery surrounding this incident will be resolved. Very well. This will be my last request to you, attorney. Tell us who holds the final piece of evidence that will expose the truth. It is, of course, Satoru Hosonaga. Of course, that would be Detective Hosonaga. What do you mean by of course? Huh? I would never conceal evidence. That's preposterous. No, that's not what I meant at all. I'd like everyone to focus on this. The bite marks on this beefsteak. The bite marks. Earlier, Sergeant Uzukumaru said this, biting off chunks of that delectable beefsteak. Then he stole Sono Higarashi's koban and hid it under the beefsteak. What do you think you're doing, kid? You think you can fight a soldier? Sergeant, I have a question for you. Just to make sure, you did hide this koban under your own beefsteak, right? Of course, while I may be a soldier, I have not the gall to just slip something under a lady's meal right in front of her. In other words, Detective Hosonaga actually presented your own beefsteak to the court. But isn't that strange? This beefsteak was found on the victim's table. She claims to have used a fork and knife, and she had no way to steal the koban. Of course not. The very thought is an insult to the Great British Empire. If all of this is true, what are we supposed to make of this contradiction? Oh, I see now. Are you saying... The sergeant switched his own meal with the victim's? There we go. Got there eventually. Yep. Well, is that what you're saying? The truth is, at the time of the incident, when the man was murdered right in front of me, my mind went blank. Before I realised what I was doing, I had turned over my beefsteak and hidden the koban. That waiter came over and revealed that he was a detective preventing my escape. If that detective looked under my meat, he would have shattered my life to pieces. I saw an opening when the student was being arrested and led to the kitchen. So he did. I switched my beefsteak with Miss Brett's as fast as I could. What? I didn't know anything about that. I did not witness that. I executed my strategy as fast as lightning. There was no time to think. In that moment, there were no other options. That's right. I had no choice but to do it. What? What? So there we go. However, rest assured, prosecutor. Assured of what? I swear to you, as an Imperial soldier, I have now told you everything. That's my whole story. I don't want to hear your story to begin with. Oh my god, are we done? Whew. It has now been established that the beefsteaks were switched. That means Sergeant Uzukumaru took Miss Brett's meal and brought it to his own table. Indeed. That seems to be the case. Detective Hosonaga. Yes? I remember what you said about the beefsteaks. You collected both Gisele's and Sergeant Uzukumaru's beefsteaks, right? You seized both of them as evidence. Ah. Uh-oh. Indeed I did. Now's the time to present the other one. Show us the beefsteak tray that was on Miss Brett's table before the switch. Oh. What is that beefsteak supposed to prove? There's no way that a cold, dry, stiff piece of meat can have any relation to this incident. No, but it will have blood on it. That simply isn't going to fly, milady. What is wrong with you? First off, you should be able to remember this. What was it that brought the beefsteaks into this debate again? Aren't you the one who brought it up? Yeah, because of blood. The source of this debate all began with this man's memory. His memory. At that moment, I saw it clearly. Blood. The beefsteak dish that should have been behind Dr. Watson definitely had a bloodstain on it. I have faith in the defendant's memories. The one piece of evidence that corroborates his memories is the lady's beefsteak plate. Very well then, Detective. I hereby order you to present the other beefsteak. Show us Miss Brett's beefsteak, the one that was moved to the soldier's table. That smile. Yes, Your Honor. So this will be where it ends. Oh my god. I apologise for the wait. Ah, that's more like it. Yeah, it's been cut with a knife and fork, and you can see the bloodstain. This is the other beefsteak. Please, look to your heart's content. And there's blood. She barely touched it. The bloodstain. I can see it. And now you all see the truth. This bloodstain here confirms it. When the victim was shot, his back was turned to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo to have shot the victim. Ah. It can't be. The only one who could have shot Dr. Watson was in front of him at the time. And only one person meets that description. Do I need to continue? That's right. That person would be Giselle Brett. You are the culprit. Yeah! Breakdown time! Breakdown time! Oh god, the fucking swan went limp. I can't believe this. These damned Japanese have bested me? Bloody hell. Oh god. Shut up, shut up, shut up. What the fuck? Why are there so many birds in her hat? Oh. Damn you. God damn you all. Oh, that's great. Oh, there we go, there's little birdies. Aww. Oh my god, that was great. He, like, ascended like an angel. My deepest apologies, I seem to have lost myself in a state of despair for a moment. That was most unbecoming of a lady of the Great British Empire. I beg your forgiveness. You also murdered a man, so, now witness. Will you finally tell us the truth? Gladly. Hallelujah. The one who killed the good doctor with Cure was me, of course. You all have already guessed why I chose that specific day to carry out my plan. I already knew that he would have a tooth removed that day. And so the doctor died, and if the water was investigated, no poison would be found. Because in Japan, Cure might as well not exist. On that day, I had not planned for such a long stay in that restaurant. One sip was all I needed. I was to ensure he drank this, and that would be the end of it. First I ordered a beefsteak to place in front of him, so that it would seem he was dining alone. I had intended to withdraw from the scene immediately after, however... Oh. Suddenly an unexpected individual appeared. Would that be me? Yes, of course I'm referring to you. You just had to come up and say hello, even though you had no pressing business. I lost my chance to withdraw from the scene. Eventually, the doctor drank his glass and lost consciousness. I propped up his body on the chair so he wouldn't fall over and cause a scene. This was the point of no return. There, in the spur of the moment, I concocted my plan. planned to frame the defendant for Dr. Watson's death. The doctor always carried that pistol for self-defense. I realized that I could use it to my advantage. She dropped it on the floor. On that day, I had brought with me a small bottle of Curare within my handbag. But underneath my skirt, I had also concealed a pistol of my own. Under your skirt? I knew it. There really were two pistols. Yes. Then, by the time I had finished my coffee and moved to leave the restaurant, you had already thrown his pistol on the floor, right? You put it in my line of sight. You knew I would walk by you on the way out. Just as I planned, you took notice of the stray pistol. And as he went to pick it up, she shot him. Then, just when you picked it up... Yep. That was when you fired your hidden pistol. The doctor was already dead by that time, so you shot his corpse. The sound of the gunshot echoed within the establishment. Then, the waiter appeared. I restrained the defendant, whom I thought was the culprit. And I locked him in the storeroom at the back of the kitchen. That was my chance to turn the doctor's chair, so his back was facing the table. Naturally, that was so Dr. Watson would appear as though he had been shot by the defendant. That's all I have to say. I've told you everything about my crime. Your Honor? Yes? If you would be so kind. I would like to have a private chat with you after the trial. Very well. I will call for you. And with that, I bid all of you farewell. I hope you'll forgive me one day, Mr. Naruhodo. Huh. No motive. No motive. Like, why did she decide to kill the doctor? Like, it's never described. Explained, even. And there it is. We beat the fucking first case. Woo! It took 4 hours. Jesus. And thus, this trial seems to have finally come to a clear conclusion. Do you have any objections, Prosecutor Ouchi? Impossible. I, Takatsuchi Ouchi. I've been defeated by an amateur university student. Hereafter, your walk down the prosecutor's path will be a fair bit harsher. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yes? I won't forget this. I swear to you, until the end of days, the Ouchi clan will be a royal pain in your ass. Of that I don't doubt. The prideful men of old will be toppled by the younger generation. Ooh. That's the natural course of history. Make sure your defendants know that as well. Ah! Oh god. A 100 generations may pass, but your descendants will never rival those of this man. Damn. On this day, this trial held within our most hallowed Supreme Court, Jesus, marks the beginning of a new chapter in the history of law in this country. Even standing here as your own attorney, your defense was superb. Thank you, Your Honor. In this current age, the court is where the truth is pursued, through use of evidence and logic. As you all know, it has been decades since our country's borders were open to the world. Due to the knowledge brought from the West, our country now knows the concept of science. Science will breathe life into new methods of investigation and the trials to follow. What awaits us beyond the door to the future of law? As the new generation of the law, it is your responsibility to open that door. Kazuma Asugi. Yes? After this trial, you will begin your journey to the British Empire as a student of law. A vast world and a new culture await you. Make sure you learn from it. Accomplish the mission imposed upon you. Understood, Your Honor. What's wrong? You've gone so tense. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. And you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Sir, I cannot be sure exactly what it is, but I sense astounding potential in you. Where will you go from here? I'll be waiting at the edge of my seat. Thank you very much, Your Honor. The end. Oh, we need the verdict. Yeah. Now then. I shall declare the final verdict for the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Not guilty. Woo! Now look at Ouchie. Oh, we're not done yet. We still have the fucking, like, after case dialogue. Ugh. Court is adjourned. Holla, bloody Luya. Yeah, this is, without a doubt, way longer than Spirit of Justice. This is the longest tutorial case ever. 4 hours. Nearly 4.5. Yeah. 4 hours and 17 minutes. By the time I get through the dialogue, it'll probably be like 4 hours and 20. Ridiculous. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm really standing here now. I survived a battle in the Supreme Court. I could have actually split this to 2 sessions, but I've done every other tutorial case in one go, so I figured I'd do the same with this. Did not realise it was going to be such a doozy. Naruhodo, you've really done it. Let me be the first to congratulate you. Let me be the first to thank you, Asugi. Your defense was exhilarating to watch. Just don't forget that you owe me an extra large beef hot pot from Yume's cafeteria. Brilliant work today, both of you. Oh. A not guilty verdict. Congratulations. From the bottom of my heart. Hello there, legal assistant Mikotoba. You really came through for us. Oh no, I haven't done anything. Oh, thank you very much. If it weren't for those documents, I can't bear to imagine what might have happened. You should save your thanks for my father. All I did was follow his instructions to rush to Yume University. Your father? I remember. I'm deeply sorry for interrupting this trial. I'm a legal assistant. My name is Susato Mikotoba. Mikotoba. That would mean... Hello everyone. Good work out there. This is her father. You surprised me especially, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Thank you, sir. No, I should be the one to thank you. After all, you exposed the culprit's true identity. The person who deprived my friend of his life. His friend? Come to think of it, you mentioned that earlier. You were the one that invited Dr. Watson to Yume. Yes, that is correct. Professor Mikotoba spent several years studying in the British Empire. Is that when you came to know Dr. Watson? Yes, that is correct. We began working together at a certain hospital during my time abroad, you see. Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's ancient history. Let's talk about something more important. Asugi, it's your turn now. The Great British Empire is the de facto ruler of the world. It is truly a grand civilization. Science, medicine, industry, culture, and even criminology. You will bear witness to what unfolds in the heart of the world. Yes, sir. I'm ready to see my mission through to its end. And I'll carry the soul of the Asugi family all throughout. Are you still going to carry that katana around after you arrive in the British Empire? Of course. The katana is the heart of the Japanese people, a sharp blade that can cut through anything. It'll guide me on the road ahead. Honestly, it's frightening just how sharp that blade really is. Oh yes, come to think of it, what will happen to that woman? The true culprit behind Dr. Watson's murder, Giselle Brett. You want to know about her? To be honest, I don't like talking about it. It's what? Because she's a foreigner. What do you mean? Since she's the culprit, she'll be taken to trial next, right? She's leaving this country. She should be headed to Shanghai soon. Shanghai? She will never be judged in this empire. What? Why not? Because of the treaty. Due to the invocation of extraterritorial rights. Oh, right. Detective Hosonaga. That was a truly wonderful display of modern trial tactics today. Let me congratulate you on your hard-fought... Wait, before you do, what do you mean by the invocation of extraterritorial rights? Our empire is unable to judge that foreign woman's crimes. We're unable to judge her. Then who on earth will judge her sins? Her only trial will be in the consular courts of the British Empire. Consular courts? But what a sad state of affairs this is, Professor. The Japanese-Anglo Alliance Treaty should have rendered these rights powerless in Japan. Yes, that is correct. So long as there isn't a grave incident of political importance. Invoking one's extraterritorial rights shouldn't be so simple. Is that so? Our empires must have made some sort of secret agreement behind closed doors. It's an injustice, no matter how you look at it. Giselle Brett can't be judged in this empire. I'd say she saw the trial as little more than a mere game. She knew there would be no danger to her well-being from the very beginning. What do you mean? The Great British Empire's Ministry of Foreign Affairs appealed for her extradition. The British government wants to handle this murder situation in a discreet manner. Oh, of course. Moving forward, we have to be the ones to bring forth change. The world is in deep turmoil as we head toward the 20th century. Someday, the day will definitely come when the hammer of justice will be brought down upon her. Yes, it definitely will. We'll change the world until it does. So, the 20th century is approaching, so it is the 1800s. Alright, let's be done with this serious talk. How about we all celebrate together this evening? Professor Mikotaba. That would be great. We won't change anything if we just stand around looking grim. Let's celebrate Ryunosuke Naruhodo's acquittal with a blast. Feel free to come celebrate at La Cuentos. I, Hosonaga, will make preparations for a very special dinner. Mr. Hosonaga, you are supposed to be a detective, right? Now, let's not fret over the smaller details. Let us go. Will the Professor be joining us? Of course. I hear the cutlets at La Cuentos are most exquisite. Then I'll go finish the procedures for Naruhodo's acquittal. Thank you very much. Our empire is powerless to try Giselle Brett in court. Does that mean we'll never know the truth? Why did she murder Dr. Watson? Isugi. What is it, Naruhodo? Let me thank you again. You really saved my life today. I didn't do anything at all. Which one of us was your attorney again? Isugi, I know you'll be the best attorney in the world. I wonder about that. To tell you the truth, during that trial, I kept thinking, maybe you're the one who was meant to be an attorney all along. Huh? What are you talking about? The only time I really helped you was at the beginning of the trial. You have a talent for being an attorney. No way, I never want to go through another terrifying battle like that again. Besides, all I did was listen to what you told me. I just believed in you. That is exactly what you have a talent for it. What do you mean? Think about it, Naruhodo. What do you think is an attorney's most valuable weapon? Well, I guess his knowledge of the law would be pretty important. Wrong. It's the power of to believe. The power to believe. An attorney fights for his client, no matter what. It all starts with belief. That's true. You believed in me. None of us are omnipotent, and that includes me. I'm only human. Despite that, I have to believe in something when I'm standing at the defense bench. In court, when you're backed into a corner, and you have nowhere left to turn, it's hard to keep believing in what you must believe in. It's definitely not something that just anyone could do. To believe in your client. And today, you believed in an amateur student like me to the end. Huh? No matter how many desperate situations you were thrust into, you didn't stop carrying on. You never doubted my words, and you seized the truth with your own hands. Isugi. Naruhodo, there's actually something I want to talk to you about. I, Kazuma Isugi, have a heartfelt request for you. What's with all the sudden formality? Oh, are you both still here? Oh, Detective Hosonaga. I've gotten a rickshaw for us. Now, let us depart. I see. My apologies. We should get going now. Naruhodo, we'll talk about that later. For now, let's go celebrate your victory. And don't forget about your trip to the British Empire too. Yes, you're right. That too. Hey, there it is. I think that's the end of the case. End of episode 1. Jesus. Thus, my very first courtroom battle drew to a close. Isugi, Professor Mikotaba, and even Susato, the legal assistant. Thanks to all their help, I was able to fight until I was declared innocent. But little did I know that Isugi's request would cause a huge change in my life, setting me on the path I walk now. I never realized it at the time, but that request was where it all began. This is... like, these are playing out as like flashbacks, with how he's talking. The end. God, it's taken so long to get through that, I had no idea. I started at 6:30, and it's nearly 11 o'clock. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. A new episode has been added. Hooray! Does it automatically go to it, or not? God damn. My throat, it hurts. Wow, it took an hour and a half to get through that last trial. Jesus. Oh no, there isn't. Ah! Ooh. Actually, it's quite cool seeing these. So, episode 1, The Adventure of the Great Departure. Oh, are they all just The Adventure? The Adventure, The Adventure... yeah, it's The Adventure, The Adventure. So we've got The Adventure of the Great Departure. Oh, that actually says Le Cuentos. Bienvenue au Le Cuentos? Whatever. I don't speak French. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. The Adventure of the Runaway Room. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Ooh! What the fuck? And The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story. The Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was, but not a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smouldering glare, and the whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Okay, whatever the bloody hell that means. Damn. So if I go back to the title screen, yes. I'm curious, what does it actually put me at? Oh, it still just shows the title. Oh my god. Oh, my throat, it hurts so bloody much. I honestly can't believe how much it hurts, and just how long it took me to get through that. I was not expecting it to be 4 hours, or 4.5 hours. I was literally expecting it to be like, you know, 2.5, 3 hours. God, how stupid I was. But to be fair, when I first played through this case, to begin with, oh god, I didn't time it, so it's like I didn't know how long it took me. Oh my god. I really hope that as the story progresses, we do find out the motive for why Giselle Brett killed Dr. Watson, because there's no explanation. She just kind of did it for funsies. There must be a reason. I don't know why she would want to kill her... would he be our mentor? But yeah, I don't understand why she'd want to kill her mentor, but whatever. Either way, I'm rambling a bunch. God, 4.5 hours to get through one case. This is going to be a journey. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm absolutely incredibly pumped for this game. Because it's one I've not played much of, so, you know, it's all going to be new. But either way, that is going to be the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.